The Nile River, often called the lifeblood of Egypt, was more than just a water source. It shaped an entire civilization, influencing their agriculture, culture, and even their gods. But how did this great river help build one of the most remarkable ancient empires in history? Let's dive into the fascinating story of the Nile and its role in ancient Egypt. The Nile is the longest river in the world, stretching over 4,000 miles, but its most vital section runs through Egypt. Surrounded by desert, the Nile was Egypt's lifeline. It provided not just water, but a fertile ribbon of land, transforming the harsh, arid environment into a rich agricultural zone. Without the Nile, there would be no Egypt. Every year, the Nile would flood its banks, depositing nutrient-rich silt onto the land. This was the key to Egypt's agricultural success. The predictable flood cycle allowed farmers to plan their seasons and grow wheat, barley, and other crops. Over time, the Egyptians mastered irrigation techniques to channel the Nile's water to farms, transforming the region into the breadbasket of the ancient world. For the Egyptians, the Nile wasn't just a river, it was divine. It was seen as a gift from the gods, particularly from the god Hapi, the deity of the annual flood. In Egyptian mythology, the Nile was also associated with the afterlife, flowing through both the world of the living and the dead. The Egyptians even believed that their beloved pharaohs would journey along the Nile to reach the afterlife, further intertwining this river with their spiritual beliefs. The Nile was also a crucial economic artery, connecting Upper and Lower Egypt, allowing for the easy transport of goods and opening up trade routes with neighboring regions. The river helped unify the country under the pharaohs, giving them control over both political and economic power. The ability to move resources up and down the river cemented Egypt's role as a regional superpower. But Egypt's reliance on the Nile came with challenges. When the floods failed or were too extreme, it led to famine and hardship. Over time, shifts in the Nile's flooding patterns may have played a role in weakening the kingdom, contributing to Egypt's eventual decline. From shaping Egypt's economy to inspiring its gods, the Nile was central to nearly every aspect of life in ancient Egypt. It was truly the lifeblood of one of the most advanced civilizations of its time. Even today, the legacy of the Nile reminds us of the profound ways nature can shape human history. So next time you think of Egypt, remember, it all began with the Nile.